What's going on YouTube? So today I'm going to be walking you guys through my back and buys workout. I typically start off with a compound exercise such as deadlifts, but since I have this little back problem going on, I'm not going to be doing that. But I did start off with the next best thing, which is pull-ups. This very good exercise that really covers the lat. Now we're going to move on to the lat pull-downs. I typically like to start my back exercises with vertical movements and then going on to horizontal. I typically like vertical movements first because that's my weak spot. I feel like I'm not wide enough for where I should be at the moment. So I do these. You're gonna see the weight moving around a lot because I'm doing drop sets. I don't typically do it, but my uncle was in town and I was working out with him and he was doing me a favor to help record. Hey, there he is. So I decided to go through his little rep scheme with him. But the rep scheme I put in the little words between exercises. That's what I actually do on those days. After doing the lat pull downs, we move on to the close grip lat pull downs. Here you really want to focus on pulling with your elbows instead of your hands. When you're doing this exercise, you're really going to want to try and reach your nipple line with both of your hands and really throw those elbows back and control it on the way back up. I think this was my last set and we were doing drop sets, so my lats were really suffering at this point. That's why you might see that I'm not really holding onto the eccentric movement, which is letting the weight go back to its original position. Just to clarify with you guys, when I say 4 sets of 8 or 10 to 12 or 10 or whatever, I'm saying use good form with heavy weight and your repetitions fail at that number because you can't move the weight with good form anymore. Alright, so here you see me doing the bent over rows. Typically I do T-bar rows, but this is the next best thing for me. Some people prefer this and some people prefer T-bar rows. Basically a horizontal movement, and when I mean horizontal to your body. So I'm pulling back with my elbows, contracting and lowering the weight slowly. Here the next horizontal movement is the seated cable row. Here, like most other back exercises, not including deadlifts, rack pulls, stuff like that, always have to pull back with your elbows, squeeze, control the eccentric, squeeze, and etc, etc. By the way, to let you guys know something that I do differently, I stack 2 25-pound plates, sit on them, and I pull towards my belly button. I use my uncle here as an example so I could get a better angle to show you guys. Alright guys, now we're finally moving on to the bicep portion of this exercise. I always start off with dumbbell curls. Something very important to visualize to get a mind-muscle connection going on is to try and bring your hand up, well, your pinky up, towards your shoulder. Same thing on each side, and try and always flex your tricep a little bit on the end, so then you can get a full stretch. The next movement after the dumbbell curls are hammer curls. I typically like to do the hammer curls running along the front of my body instead of directly in front of my body. I feel I get a lot better contraction doing that instead of the typical one. Before anybody starts thinking that I'm going crazy with this weight and it's not a good weight for me, this was the last set and I was really just trying to contract the muscle and really tear it up in the end. That's why I had a few cheat reps in. And the last exercise is going to be a reverse curl with the easy curl bar. I'm really trying to focus on the stretching. That's why you see my tricep flexing every rep. Alright guys, that's going to wrap it up. Thanks for watching. Like, comment, subscribe. And stay tuned for some future videos coming up very soon. Thank you guys.